Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, the story's still going on, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, as you guys know, obviously it depends on the order in which you're watching these shows, but we just produced a show that was reacting to kind of the negative feedback that Shannon Sharpe has been getting on the internet based on an incident that occurred between himself and Chad Johnson on his show. To summarize it quickly, what essentially occurred was the following. They usually tape their show every single day or whatever it is. Chad got into a situation where I think he got locked in a car and he had to call somebody to let them out of the car. In the process of him doing this, he ended up being late for the show with Nightcap. He gets to the show, Shannon Sharpe is upset, and he begins to basically scold him on the show, saying this and saying that, and would you be a professional if you're doing it at ESPN, and blah, 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 blah. All things I agree with in terms of the points that he brought up, but I totally disagree with him doing it publicly. I thought that was unnecessary. You could have did that at the end of the show, to be honest with you. I don't think, showing him up like that in front of the audience, even if you're trying to say, well, I want to show you guys how serious I am, or if I want to show my sponsors how serious I am, all of those things could be done in the background. I don't think you need to embarrass him publicly by doing that to prove a point or to make it seem like, oh my God, I'm really serious about my work. I don't think that's necessary. That's my thought. So what happened? That goes out there. The clips start going viral. People are reacting to it. Some people are saying Shannon Sharpe basically did to Chad what Skip Bayless did to him. So what happens? Today, or yesterday, whatever, today, a clip comes out of Shannon Sharpe responding to the critics. Now, in this particular show, Chad Johnson is there. He is in attendance. And Shannon Sharpe basically started to address the pushback and people kind of calling him out for how he treated him and blah, 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 blah. But then it came time for Chad to respond. And his response, I think, was him subtly giving Shannon Sharpe the middle finger for embarrassing him the way that he did. But before we even get into his comments, today's video is brought to you by sponsor, Game Time. With only 4 months left in 2024, I'm really looking forward to making memories with my family and attending different games and concerts and theater shows this year. And so when it comes time to finding the most affordable tickets for these shows and events, I love using Game Time. Game Time is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time already analyzes thousands of tickets for all of your favorite events near your location and finds you the best possible deal so you don't have to. For example, I'm looking forward to this upcoming concert at Madison Square Garden of one of my favorite composers, Hans Zimmer. Here, I can select the all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, no hidden fees. And now I can sort through the best possible deals I can find. I can choose the cheapest deals, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. And if you're like me and always make plans at the last minute, you can grab tickets up to 90 minutes after the event has started. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play what he had to say. It's a very, very short soundbite, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
Matt, I'm good. I'm good. Man, we good. You know that. I don't pay them people no mind. I'm always be me. I'm always be me. I'm gonna always be successful. I always have been. You have your way of doing things. I have my way of doing things. That's it. We gonna be successful no matter what. I always remain my authentic self. I've been a little bit, but I ain't gonna been too much where I have to change who I am.
So that's what Ocho and I are.
So you heard his response there. You heard what he said. You heard how he said it. He was basically saying, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna do it my way. Let me tell you what he was saying subtly. Okay? What he was essentially telling Shannon Sharpe was, Number one, I appreciate your show. Number two, I appreciate the opportunity you've given to me. Number three, I appreciate all the success that we've had together. Number four, I appreciate where this show may go. But I want to make it to you. I want to make it crystal clear to you. I was already Shannon Johnson before I got on this show. I was already successful. I was already a millionaire. I was already a draw. Hence the reason I'm even on the show, right? And I'm going to be successful afterwards. He's basically telling Shannon Sharpe, I hear what you're saying, but don't get it twisted like you're up here saving my life and all of this. I'm going to be successful regardless of your show. That's basically what he was saying. I'm going to be successful regardless of your show. I'm not going to capitulate and turn into this person you want me to turn into and blah, 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 blah. That's how I was able to interpret what he said. Now, to Shannon's part, Shannon is speaking from the fact that he's a stakeholder, right? I don't know if those people in this show have a stake, shares in, I don't know, but he's a stakeholder. He has a lot invested. He's also connected to other companies like The Volume and others. He also has sponsors. Given the way these podcasts kind of work, based on how I'm seeing it, it looks like once you sign a contract, you're supposed to deliver shows every single day, no matter what, no matter if you're traveling. That's the reason why they do the shows at various locations. You see one guy in a hotel room, you see in another room. It's a totally different thing, right? Totally different thing. You're way more committed. What's interesting, and I got to say this as an aside, going into the independent space, one kind of gets the feeling that, okay, well, I'm independent, so I can kind of do things my way. Not that I don't show up to work or whatever it is, but, I'm not beholden to any entity. But it seems like that's not the case. It seems like, in fact, you're still working for somebody because you have to show up every single day, no matter what. Like, I'll give you an example. Two of our top line sponsors, Game Time and Prize Picks, we have certain contracts with both of them, and they're great contracts, and we have to deliver, right? But we deliver in the sense that, okay, this is our target. We have to hit these targets, and then we work our way around it. Where, like, for instance, if we decide we're going to work the next 4 Sundays, we're going to do it. If we decide we're not going to work Thursday and Friday, we're going to do it. We're not beholden to them in the sense of you got to be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No. This is a target. This is what you got to do. You deliver on it. Once you deliver on it, we're good to go. And we've been hitting our marks every single week. But we don't have this thing where it's like, man, if you don't do this, then this person's going to call this and this person is going to call. That's a lot of pressure. Now, some people say that's pressure. That's what it looks like when you go to the next level. I guess so, right? I 100% guess so. But to me, I'm a bit surprised at how restrictive that job seems to be, because if one guy is late, then all of a sudden it's an issue. In our case, something may happen with somebody. One day somebody may have a personal issue, somebody may have a family issue, something may happen. Person may not be able to make it. I may not be able to make it that day. I have a personal issue that occurs. Then what? We postpone to the next day. We figure it out. We double back. We cover the ground that we lost on the day prior, but there's flexibility. I'm surprised that there doesn't seem to be any flexibility in what they're doing, because if there was some flexibility, then you can understand that moments like this can occur when unforeseen issues may arise. If you listen to Chad Johnson's initial explanation as to why he didn't show up on time, he gave a reasonable reason to me. He was locked in the car. I mean, what do you want me to do at that point? Do you want me to do some Houdini stuff? Now, Shannon said, why don't you take a car? What I don't like is the 2020 quarterback nonsense. I don't like that. Don't let me be doing something that has been working for us. The minute I do something different, all of a sudden, but why didn't you do this? Why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up? How about that one? Because the minute somebody makes a mistake, people are going to make mistakes. People are going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. No one is perfect. So for him to come down as hard as he did on Chad, if you want to do that, look, they know each other. They have their personal relationship, which is fine. I just think that conversation didn't need to be held publicly. That's it. That's my only disagreement here. Whatever you want to say to the guy, say it to him off the air. It being done publicly has created what it is, the situation that is created now when you have people like myself and others reacting to it, right? So to me, look, Chad Johnson basically told him, go kick rocks. I'm going to be who I am regardless. I was successful before I came on your show. I'm going to be successful after I was on your show. So look, those are his thoughts. That's how he feels. That's how he feels about it. And I got one final statement because it's something that occurred to me. I just got to say it, man. I like Shannon Sharpe a lot, although I think his Michael Jordan, LeBron takes are insane, but I like him a lot. And I said a few years ago that Shannon Sharpe is going to make more money in the next 5 years than he's ever made in his career. And I said that. There are videos of me saying I said that. So I've been a huge proponent of Shannon Sharpe and supporting him. It's just I disagree with his crazy LeBron James GOAT takes. I think those are just absolutely insane. But some of this just reeks of Stephen A. Smith, man. Some of it, the griminess of it, the dirtiness of it, the showing up your part. This is what Stephen A. Smith used to do to Max. It just, something about it just reminds me of Stephen A. Smith. Something about the griminess of it. That's just what I feel. Decided to voice my opinion on that. These are just my thoughts. I'm not saying that's what it is. That's just what I feel. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about the situation? Number one. Number two, whose side are you on? Number three, what do you think about Chad Johnson's response? Number four, what do you think about the analysis that we put forward today? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.